Test, test, test. Are we ready to go? Wednesday, week 5. All right, let's do this. 30 Days of Streaming, episode 29. Sorry, 30 Days of Streaming, episode number 29 of 30. Applying myself today so I can be better prepared for a day like tomorrow. The future is now. Let's network. Wednesday, week 5. I still haven't touched my website, CJRobles.com. Let's start the show. Good morning, good morning. It is Wednesday, May 29th, 2024, 8:37 a.m. Central Texas time in a row. Welcome, welcome. Oh, wait, let's see. I look like I'm on a TV screen there. Let's go this one. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to 30 Days of Streaming. I'm your host, CJ Robles. This is a very organic show. Yeah, sorry, I actually went on a run this morning. It's that time before the weather goes from nice, breezy to it's gonna just get up. So I'm enjoying. I was like, I gotta enjoy this. I walked outside and it was so nice. Or it was like 5 a.m. I was like, I gotta go do this. So I like, I had I've had my running clothes prepared for a long time. I just didn't dive into it, and I just been there on the floor, and I was just like, I'm gonna grab it, and I put it on, and I was like, I'll prepare myself. You do it, I know, right? Challenge, be on time. Yeah, dude. No, I finished. I had everything ready. I finished my run, and it was 8 o'clock, and I was like, nah, I can't get on like this. Because the thing is, I shaved. We're doing the podcast, so I have to actually I have to get off early today because I'm starting to like. Right now, I'm if no one's here with me, I'm only gonna do half-hour episodes depending on how the show goes. If the shows go more fluid or more people interactive, I'll stay. But I got things to do, man. I'm on the go now. I like the fact that I've mainstreamed everything now, from the title card, like the thumbnail, to the videos, to the motivational speech and everything. I have it all ready now, so I'm like, hell yeah, let's I can do this. So I'm gonna do because I was thinking this do like a little reflection, because we got less than 48 hours, and we also got the store. But I was like, we can do a like reflection or like a recap. I'm gonna take what I've done in these 30 days and apply it to the next 30 days. So if we do, I've already predicted if we can do this 3 times, we can have 90 days, and that is a lot of content. Because we're creating every day, and it's just a little bit. But if anything, as Jar is now part of the show, um, this is I'm going to show up, and we're going to do something. I don't know what it is, because half the time, like yesterday, like I got home from work, and I messed up. I started a thing, and then I left. I forgot to finish it, and then the manager was like, "Hey, dude, you got to come back." I was like, "Oh crap!" But it was a good thing, because I came back around to get something else I needed. But what do you call? I got home, and I was just like dad mode. I was like, "Nah, man, I got a podcast tomorrow. I got to get ready for, because I still got to edit. I got to do a final edit on the podcast before I head north. So I got to get that in. So that's gonna take time. And since I'm physically here now, this is my space. I don't want to do 2 things at once. Focus on this. We'll get it going. But we're gonna get ready. We're going Tuesday. Tuesday. We're going Wednesday. This is week 5. This is beginning, because we started on a Wednesday. So we're going to week 5 now. So we're doing beyond. We're already hitting like this is actually, whoa, check it out. Look. This is actually, so I was thinking about this. Like, I had somebody tell me, "Hey, what you been up to?" And I was like, "I've been streaming every day on the online before I go to work. Before I get to work, I just stream for an hour and I just talk, see what's out there. Now I'm starting to show." "Oh, really? What is it about?" I go, "Man, you just watch the videos." And I'm like, "I don't have time to watch all your videos, but I don't have time to tell you about my videos. They're there so you can watch them." I didn't even think about that throughout the conversation. And I was like, well, yeah, now I don't have to explain everything I do. We just keep going forward. But I like going back a little bit and touching up, previously on 30 days of streaming. Now look at this. We are 2 days, like less than 48 hours away from finishing this 8-week challenge. It was for me to do something, for me to figure something out. That was the whole point of all this. 8 weeks is more than 21 days. But somewhere along with the line, I mean, I did nothing for a whole week. I did nothing. That first week, I did nothing. So I had to start seeing where my time was going and start collecting it. And then the good thing is, like, I've been on this loop this whole time. And what do you call it? Since I've been on this loop, like, I'm like, I need to start leaving myself things. Because even like planning events with people, I have to like throw things in advance, and I gotta hope we get to the day, and it's like, oh, we got this today, that's today, that's today. And that's why I live a lot in the moment like that. Because like I'm hybrid. I like doing, like, even in school, my best classes are hybrid classes where we'd meet like on a once a week. You meet on a Wednesday at 7 p.m. from 7 to 10, and you talk about your projects, and then you go home and you work on them and you come back again. That's the type of work I like doing. I like doing project work. So we're seeing that. But what I'm noticing about this loop is I'm seeing the people that are immediately close to me and who I'm working with. And I'm like, I keep saying this in their face. Now we're starting to get to know each other. Now we're working together. Oh, now we have ideas. Now it's like a thing because you're physically seeing it. You're in the same space. And I don't even like talking to them. I'll talk. I got a lot of energy and I get excited. But most of them, I just like listening. I'm like, oh, like, really, what are you doing? Like, I'm excited. Like, I'm not, 'cause I'm also a dad. So I'm always interested in other people's, like, what are they up to? Just, I don't know. I feel like being a dad, like, I care a little bit more or care too much sometimes. So it's just, even if it's just someone who likes it, like, so even if every time somebody you appreciate them, I've noticed is like, because if you, it's one thing to say I appreciate you and you just say it, and outside of, like, that caring part where it's like in a moment you're like, you know what, but it's different when you specify the reason you appreciate somebody. I've noticed, because I'll say that and I'll be like, somebody hooked me up, or somebody, like, I forgot to put the mic stand on Saturday. I got so comfortable. I mean, on Sunday I got so comfortable going to the theater. I just thought everything does itself. No. And somebody, hey man, I think you need the mic stand out. The show's about to start. I was like, oh, and it was a full house. And here I am about to do this again. Like, I was like, no, let's do it. Let's fix it. Come on. And I was like, I really appreciate it. Thank you. Why have my back? I was like, oh, I like hearing that. And I was like, okay. It was like, but I'm starting to notice, like, more people, like, because it's like I'm not spending a whole lot of time around, like, a lot of the noise I used to be around. Now I'm focusing, spending time on things. But I've been like, I've been in this loop for a long time. So we're moving. So since we knocked down, this is day 29th. We have 30 and 31 left, and that's just an 8-week challenge. I've done these a lot. I'm just showing you how to kind of do them. This is all organic. I'm not really thinking too far ahead, but what I can do is take these last 8 weeks, and we can find where we can do. Like, I should be leaving notes for myself from now. The new 8 weeks we do a little bit more organized. It'll be like, all right, what do we talk about here? What did we do here? What are we going? Where? Oh, look, we can talk about here. In the future, I'll be here on this day, so maybe we can plan to do something there. That's how we start making a schedule. We start. Man, I'm such a damn nerd. I used to be a geek. Now I'm a nerd. Like, I'm explaining things. Anyways, but what do you call it? Like I said, just pick a date. I like writing the dates on a lot of things to remind me. 05/24. So when I started the 8-week challenge, I believe I did. Maybe it should add up. I can't, because I put it at the bottom. Usually I put it at the top. So, but yeah, I have all my jokes over here too. I have it like this. I shouldn't be showing you my jokes. But it's even like that, because even if we look at this, we look here, we have Mondays. Now check this out. This is actually pretty cool, because I'm also doing another thing that I would just do because on my own I was like, I do challenges, right? Or I'm just challenging myself. But if you even take this part of all this 8-week challenge, inside here we have other things we can be, like, grateful for, and we could look back and be like, oh, let's add this, or let's focus on this. But if we just take the Monday, because you guys with JR, for sure, man, you made me, like, I was missing a lot of my Manic Mondays. I was being very manic-y there. And I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do a show today. I'm tired. I bombed. I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel happy when I bomb and come home and talk to people and make it seem like I'm doing good. I'm like, nah. But now that I know that we got a show and I got people showing up like Brian and Kevin, and I'm like, all right, let's do some content. Let's not be the old bore. Let's get it going. But now check this out. Within this boring ass explanation I have here, I have my 8 week challenge. But if you look here on Mondays, these are all the Mondays in the 8 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess 8. I don't know how I have 9. But I guess, well, I guess you don't count. I wasn't counting the one. All right, so I have 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 9 weeks here, 9 Mondays consecutive, because I've done stand up. So I even know within here I've done stand up comedy. I've done open mic 9 times. So I'm consistency learning how I work, how I flow. I'm basically, I was raised without a instruction manual. I mean, nobody has one, but I'm finally to learn how I process, how I work. And it also started from a comic book idea I had, and it's another one. It's just not really a failed one. It's just I haven't had this idea for years, so I'm slowly feeding it like a bamboo tree. Bambusium, slowly been feeding it. Now it's starting to blossom. I'm like, oh, all the stuff I think about now falls into this character, or maybe I wasn't. A lot of the stuff I wrote when I was younger, I was like 19, 20, 21. Started hitting it really hard at 21. And I started hitting the other stuff really hard. I started going Stephen King with it. What do you call it? I noticed that a lot of people, when I meet producers or somebody, they'd be like, I like your writing, I like your story, but you should be writing like younger guy stuff. You write older guy stuff. Like you write stuff for like a 40-year-old, like a 35-year-old, but you're 21. I'd be like, and does it work? It's like a fantasy? I didn't think about that. Like if I would have put what I thought things, like I was writing like kind of like Viewskew stuff. I was writing like just like kind of, I should have wrote more fiction. But yeah, I don't know, I'm learning about myself. Like even doing stand up, like when you write and you do stand up, you learn a lot about yourself because you're self-identifying. Why do I care about this? Why do I care about that? And I've been bombing. Like I bombed bad on Monday. Like it was horrible, but it's like, yeah, you just fling crap on the wall, and whatever hits, and whatever sticks, you got to work with. But like I said, in that failure, like I said, I told Paul, I have somebody that listens to me that's following me on my journey at work. And I told him I was like bombing, but I never got up here, so all the bombing stayed down here. But every I was hitting the in between stuff, so I'm learning how to connect my segments, my jokes, or segue. So I was kind of hitting at those things. I had probably hit like 7 of them. I mean, I probably threw 7 of them out, and I probably hit on 5 of them. Because 3 hit real hard, 4 hit okay, and then I know 5th one hit. I'll count that one because it was like, oh, like why would you say that? And then like, oh, like kind of one of those. So I was like, I'll count that. So I'm learning how to do the whole thing, and I'm also learning like I do a lot of things. I have to process a lot, and then I got to know my audience. I already got told that, learn your audience. Because even on Friday night when I did my show, like I said, I didn't know I didn't know 90% of the people there, and it was a good crowd. So, I'm gonna get a feedback thing from the show. So we'll see how we'll do. I don't know. Probably get price soon because I applied for the 3rd episode. I'm gonna try to make this a monthly. If I can get my show to be a monthly, then I could really figure this out. I would like the first portion of the show to just kind of be a story about a guy telling his story, and then from there we can seal that up and be like, that was the first portion. Now we're moving on to how this guy helps other people with his story, and people tell stories, and we have fun, we have a good time, kind of stuff. But I'm just learning from myself. Challenge is great. Like I didn't even realize that. Like it's fast, man. It's going by so, like my days just go by. I try to slow them down. I remember like my days being so long, especially my 20s, but the city too. It's so fast here now. Like you got to keep up with it, and it's not really keeping up with the Joneses. It's just keeping up with like the actual. It's like one day you have your backyard. I mean, you get out your driveway and you leave, and there's no problems. And then the next day you go and it's like all blocked off. You got to go the opposite way, and they don't. I don't know. Even if they tell you, it's not even like it doesn't look how like it doesn't look. It's hard. But I guess I don't speak up or whatever. It's just the way they're doing it. We're living in Legoland / Sims, so just let them do whatever. Gotta take care of myself, right? So we're doing. This is a self-help show. It is all this stuff I do is self-help because that's all. I didn't realize that you are what you know, and I just read all that stuff for like years and years, and I feel stupid. I wasn't reading it for myself. I was reading it to fix family members. And it's like, you can't fix people. So I started applying that shit to myself, and it started working. So I was like, all right, so let's go with it. And as you can see here, I'm very open about things because I have nothing to hide. Also, too, this AI thing is like getting insane. like people can like take your identity and take you, you know, like they can. So the more I do this, I sometimes I always feel like that's why I did side by side. When we first started, I do the whole thumbnail. So I wasn't comfortable with talking to the camera. Then as they started like the pandemic started like going down and started letting us do stuff. I started to feel a little bit more comfortable. So then I got rid of the thing. But now it's like I want to go back to this. Or actually, I want to make an AI version of myself. So people know how. So I know it's like, no, you can't steal my identity. I already stole my own identity. Oh, we're gonna write that one down. That's a good joke. I already stole my whole life. You gotta write. Oh, now this sucks that I did this. I'm showing you, Jared. This sucks that I just did this. Because now I just wrote a joke, and now like there's a birth of a joke. So now I got to say this on stage, and then I got to show this development. Mark Norman does this. Oh God, now I got to do this. So I got to bring this joke to life. I steal my own identity. But that's not what we're talking about today. But yeah, we're down to just 2 more days. Like if I take a break or I stop, it's one thing. I'm also like spending time with family and like, you know what? I just thought of something. Darn. Don't matter. It's my own opinion. Oof. Sorry, I gotta write this down for later. Sorry, I had a question earlier and I was trying to figure out how to answer it, and I just answered it. All right, so where are we at now? I stole my own identity. I'm telling you, man, AI is gonna take it. So I'm just gonna steal it myself. I'm gonna put that should be a skit. Maybe that's a skit we do. Maybe do a little. I mean, everybody's doing these videos. I don't know how you feel, JR, but I could only be on TikTok, and that's not, I can be on TikTok to learn, but these little videos of like people by themselves just mimicking each other, I just feel like we're all a bunch of monkeys doing the same dance. I'm like, that emo guy in me comes alive. Yeah. Actually, I stole my own identity is gonna be attached to another joke I have, but it's like I can be racist towards myself kind of joke, but I don't want to say that because I don't want to be known for that. But try to change that idea. But it's because I stole my own identity. There's not. We're not writing. So that's okay. So let's do this. That's what I want to talk about. We got 13 minutes before I get the half-hour mark. I need to take. This is what I was saying. Like I might need to cut down to 30-minute shows so I can get to work and get ready. Just I don't know. We'll see. The hour works when we're hanging out, but if nobody's hanging out, I'm gonna only do half-hour shows for sure. But 30-minute, except Saturdays and Sundays. That can be. Those are like relaxing. That's just like this past weekend. I need to put 30 minutes for writing. And this is going to be that's actually story writing. And then I got to take at least 30 minutes for joke writing. Because I'm not writing jokes right now. I'm just going up and being a jackass. It's not funny when you do that to yourself. Like, that's the hardest part about bombing I'm learning. Is going up on stage and not prepared. Trying to riff. You're not there. You gotta earn that. You gotta work your way up to that. Damn, I've been up so early. Like I've been up since 4:45, 5, and it's already gonna be 9. And I'm already like, oh man, I'm already like, we gotta go do the podcast. That's a lot of stuff. So I'm like, all right, we gotta find time to at least do 30 because that's 1 hour already. So if I already taught myself how to do 1 hour a day of streaming. So in retrospect, if I quit streaming, let's say I hit the 30 days, I stop. I've at least carved out an hour a day where I know I can do something. So I at least know. If I stop this doing the streak thing, I will have carved up an hour, so I at least can do this. But I also need to pick a day for filming because I need to start filming sketches. And also, I totally forgot about this because if I'm preparing myself for this show, it takes time to do it. But if I'm preparing myself for this show for tomorrow, I can use this own time to do this. It doesn't dip into my other time. I'm a time bandit. And also, I want to get back. I want to finish my care. I need to get ready to finish this. I was working on it this morning a little bit. I need to get ready to finish this so we can put me in here. And that way I can create the other 3 or 4 characters. We already have 5 characters. Oh, sorry. We already have 5 characters. So we have the CJ character. I have to be in it because I'm It's my world. So that's already one. Even if these other characters, this would be one character existed. And then we have Manic Mike, Charlie Wang, Eugene. What was your name? Eugene Harris. What's it called? Hassel. Eugene Hassel. And then Kevin needs his character's name. So yeah, we got little stories are slowly gonna start happening little by little. Remember, we can do anything from puppetry to like sock puppet stuff to animation, 2D character, real live actor. We can figure out how to make these characters come to life. End of show, and then figure out how to bring them out in life in real life. But I think yeah, man. Because at the convention, you're gonna have to show up with me, and it's gonna be this character. Meet the character based off meet the actor that played the character, and meet the guy that was based off the character. So you're gonna get a double feature at the conventions. I don't know if you've ever been to one, but I like comic conventions. I like going to just conventions in general, like where they're pop culture, horror movies, sci-fi movies. But yeah, that's why I started learning how to do a lot of this stuff too, because you start learning from other people. Like I was literally just working this whole time and partying, paying debt off, going to school. I did that for a long time, and I didn't realize, like, I knew how to apply it, but it was just hard to, like, how do I do it on my own? You just do it. You just get started. You just, like, when you start streaming, you start teaching yourself all this, start purchasing stuff, start messing up, start figuring it out, start getting better. So that way you learn, you guide yourself towards professionalism, and you can stay there. Boom, 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 boom. You keep hitting, and when you drop down, you can pick yourself back up. And then if you get tired and you need a break, just let it fall, and then just go be that Oscar the Grouch, and then pick it back up. It's tough, I didn't realize that, like, I'm not trying to come off as a snob or anything, but I keep my time busy, because even like who I picked for let's talk about the motivational quote of the day, because I really do like these things, man. These things, they help me out a lot. All right, here we go. Excuse me. I've spent $100 on this Stream Deck, and I don't even have it applied. I don't even use it. I need to get it going. Gene Wilder, great actor, comedy actor, right? And the quote I got from him today, because I really like, when I got introduced to him, wasn't Willy Wonka. It was more, I think, like, it was more in with the Richard Pryor movies, So I love Richard Pryor, and then you get to find out more and more about him. You're like, oh crap, But the Gene Wilder quote is, "Time is a precious thing. Never waste it." And I put "don't waste it," but never waste it. I think he's right. I think he's absolutely right. Would it be cool, but never? Would have been cool, but never went to one. I see them on YouTube all the time. I don't like the giving people money to type of thing, though. Yeah. So let's talk about that. That's a very good thing, because I do spend money at this. I'm over here griping about, where's my money going, but it's an investment for me at this point, for sure. It's definitely an investment. One thing, the main thing out of, like, the corny lovey-dovey guy in this, we go back to nostalgia a lot, and it really it helped my nostalgia, helped out who I am, who I like to be, who I'm becoming to be. Dude, I'm a man now, and I'm still into this shit. It's like, you can't change me, because I will go to work, I will show up. So you can't shame me. You can't. I'm educated, so I like being around like-minded people. So the thing is, I did them because I just thought it'd be cool. I'm a simp, man. I thought it'd be awesome just to simp out with some people and take photos with celebrities. And I always thought they were fake and cons, so I never gave into them. But then my friends took a picture with Jason Momoa, and these are my gay buddies. These are my bear buddies, my big gay bear buddies, because Jason Momoa is a big guy. And he's freaking posing with them all, like, gay and shit. Well, I don't say it like that, but like doing, like, the funny poses, And Jason Momoa there's playing with his hair. He let him play with the hair. He's having fun. And I was like, Ben Affleck's at that convention, and I thought it was fake. I really want to meet Ben, and I didn't meet him. And I was like, okay, whatever. But then, like, I was like, started messaging them. We're in a group chat, and I was like, yo, y'all, man, Jason Momoa, yeah, dude, just pay it. And they kind of just told me it's all easy. I was like, no way, these things don't exist. So I started watching Mallrats again, and I realized, oh, these things do exist. And I went to my first one. I met, Lou Ferrigno, Jeff Goldblum, again, what's his name? Kevin. Oh my God, Batman. See, I'm already forgetting. See, this is why I need to have my Manic Mondays. The video story, so I don't forget. Conroe, Batman, and Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund. And I met him just to meet him as a fan. And then after that, I went to like Dallas, went to Dallas Fan Expo, and I went to the Texas Frightmare for the first time. And those were like more. I was saving up for these things because I kind of, since I already bartended and I'd done so many catering events, I knew that to save up for these events because South by Southwest taught me that people were going to throw money because that's what they did. They were going to work all year, but at South by they were going to go crazy. So I learned about that. So I was like, I'll do that. So I would save up money for these conventions, and I started meeting. It wasn't until like technically like my fourth or fifth convention and it was one of my favorite. When I was a kid, one of my favorite actors was Michael Biehn, and Kyle Reese from Terminator. He's in Abyss. He's in Aliens. He's he was in The Mandalorian. He's like in a bunch of things, right? He's also in what's the movie called with Topher Grace, Daniel Fogro, Take Me Home Tonight, and he does a great job in that movie. That's a good movie. If you're lost, watch that movie. That's a good movie for people that don't know what to do after post college. But meeting him, I had a question. Oh, because I have a whole story about that. I think I've talked about it a lot of times, but I'll bring it up. I'll tell you, Jared. What happened was when I met Michael Biehn, excuse me, I got a mom text. I got to read it real quick. Sorry. Okay. Hold on. Keep me updated. Sorry, my mom is. I'm probably gonna see her maybe soon. I'm just gonna hang out or something if I can. What do you call it? Michael Biehn and I had a. So what happened when I met Michael Biehn? It was at Big Texas, Greater Austin Comic Con. So it's like in Cedar Park, it's like North Austin-ish, or just north of Austin. I went out there and I met Michael Biehn, and I was like number 3. Actually, I was number 1, and I was like, I don't fanboy that hard because he was the doors open on 10. He got there like at 11. I had VIP, so like it was whatever. I got there early, so I was waiting, and then like these 2 guys showed up separately, and they were very fanboy out. So I was like, all right, go for it. Go be a fanboy, and I'll fanboy out, and I won't look as bad as you guys. So the other 2 guys, like, God, they fanboyed hard. And because even Michael Biehn goes, hey, give me a timeout, man. And he's like, I wasn't expecting all that. Like they're hitting them with all this stuff. And he goes, yeah, come on in, man. And I was like, hey, nice to meet you, sir. I just want to say I'm a good big fan, and I enjoy your work. I've always liked your acting from all your characters. And I just kind of talked to him like that, like trying to just be respectful. And then I had told him, we started talking. He goes, which of my characters or something like that. He was just having a conversation. He was drinking coffee and talking to me, like having a conversation. And because I just met Ric Flair right before him, and that was hilarious. What do you call it? And I was talking to him, and we were just having a conversation. And then he goes, which of my character? I go, well, the Johnny Ringo, like, how did you, like, I don't know. And he goes, what do you mean? How did what? Tell me. I go, oh, I just had a question. Like, you're a villain, but you kind of die a noble and honorable death. Like, how did you know to kind of give that performance and not like, because if I go, and then this is where I said, as an actor, I would be too, like, I feel like I would have a hard time staying in character knowing I'm going to die. So it's hard. And he goes, oh man, you're getting ahead of the script. This is all, I should be putting this on paywall, but this is your story. So whatever. But he goes, because this is good acting advice. He goes, don't worry about you're jumping ahead of the script. Like, stop. Like, he goes, pause. He goes, Johnny Ringo didn't think he was going to die. He thought he can kill Doc Holliday. You just see him as the good guy in the movie, but in real life, what do you think? You think he's going to, I'm like, no. He's like, no, I'm Johnny Ringo. But I stay in the moment because you stay in the page and we work our way. I know this is great. And he's talked about the writers being great writers, and it's easy for the actor to read the script. And he's like, boom, boom, boom. Keep in mind, bro, I'm in Texas. I'm in Central Texas. The 2000s, there are no acting schools. There's nothing here. There's probably the internet that I'm not aware of how to use it. So we're going to say that it probably is. I just don't know. Like, if I would have known about how to do this in 2005, yeah, I'd be like trying to email people, and I'd be going to the conventions, and I'd be doing what I'm doing now. But I waited till I became an adult because I had a nasty addiction. So I was like, I can't be around people things I want to love and be seen in this light. I got to work on that first. So that's why I'm late to the game, or whatever. There's no time frame on it. But talking to him, paying, and then even at that, it was Father's Day, and homeboy goes, hey, I go, yeah, can you make it out to my son? Because I get all my photos signed to my son, because they're also for my kid. I want my kid to be inspired by these like people that I meet, so I can bring it back if anything. I want to teach. So my son, and he goes, "You're a dad?" He goes, "Yeah, it's Father's Day. Anything this guy buys 50% off." Oh damn! Oh, I don't have it in here, or do I? I have an original script from Aliens. He got upset about that a little bit because I was talking about Tombstone and I bought the Aliens because I have a bunch of Alien stuff. But I have Alien. It's Aliens, and what do you call it? I have the script. And he goes, I don't have that many lines in this one. I go, yeah, but I got a whole thing about aliens. He's like, okay, I got you. But I bought extra things or whatever because he gave me half off. And it sounds like a gimmick, but it's like, and really, like, you gotta understand, as an actor, I paid $80 maybe 70, maybe, I paid. That was just a meet and greet, right? Like, I didn't do the photo op, but there was there. I just did this. I'm brand new to all this, but I was like, I went home and I not even, I was in the parking lot. I started writing everything he was saying. So I was like, also, I think I have a video. I have an SD card somewhere here. I think I have it where if I could, I gotta go look for it. I don't know where it's at now, but I have to look for it. But if I can find it, I think he has the advice in there where he tells me like about what do you call, like, don't get ahead of the script and don't do that. Because I was having a good time, man. And I was like, I'll pay for that because with no film school, no references, nothing here, how am I supposed to learn? How do I get better? I go to an audition, I get the part, I suck on set. I don't have any set experience. I have to get past the audition. Finally, someone just cast me because I'm a friend of a friend, or they like me and put me in something, and I'm not doing good with the lines because I don't have any practice. Now you get practice from the theaters. Now you get practice other things. And Austin's popping, so it's easy to just be like, let's make a movie. Who wants to show up? People will show up. People will show up. You're gonna get a bunch of randos. I'll even show y'all if you want to. I want to do the Joe Castro. It's Castro, but he goes Castro. Joe Castro. Sorry, I'm Spanish. Joe Castro. What do you call it? Approach. And I want to make a movie the way he did. If you go back to My Manic Mondays episode and you watch it with Joe Castro, the special effects artist, like I have, I have a. He tells us a story about how he makes his first movie, and I was like, I've always thought about doing that. I think we should do that. I could tell you if you want. It's real simple. I'll tell you the Joe Castro because it's already out there. He says, throw an audition, and your movie will be made. And it's, I mean, just you do it. So I like that, but also like I'm paying it forward in a sense because it won't exist without that, and we need to keep media around, like hard media, but also like ideas and people get together, and it does seem like, but like also like I like it, I enjoy it. If I'm wasting my money or I'm being a geek, I don't know. It's starting to come back. It's starting to pay. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I took business classes. I do business stuff. I'm an entrepreneur. That has nothing to do with all this. I'm just saying when I go, I have a certain way of budgeting. I save money for this. I'll hustle more if I have to. It inspires me to do other things. Because also too, man, I'm done with everyday life. I still want to do it when I can because I still have to do it. Yesterday we had a meeting for the PTA, and it was fun. It was actually a great meeting. But I need to be in the moment. I can't be thinking about all this stuff. So I'm leaving it here. I mean, this is the shed. I'm calling this a shed because it's a shed. I'm just storing stuff in here. I literally work on my kitchen table because I can see my son. He's watching TV or we're watching Land Before Time together, and we're working. I can cook. I can't step away, but I can come in here and talk and do stuff. Watch movies. Last night we watched the basketball game for a little bit. The Timberwolves won. Went 3 for 5s on the Price Pick. I knew Conley might not show up, but I didn't think Reed wasn't going to show up, and he didn't do anything the second half, and it sucked because the two things he did, I saw them on the screen. I was like, okay, he's having a good game. I'll step away, and that's all he did. But as in conventions and Spain, a lot of people do have a hard time. But if you want to be a fan, then yeah, like it's up to you. But if you want to just go and meet them and see them, that's another thing. But I ask them questions. I don't just like David Arquette. When I met David Arquette, I just loved all his movies. I appreciate him. Like he's cool because if you know his story a little bit more, he's like he's from the Arquette family, but he's also like kind of an awkward guy. Like I feel like I was kind of like that growing up, and his characters played always found like comfort in him. So when I met him, I was just like, dude, you're awesome. No, you're awesome, man. And it's like, what's up? What do you want to do? It's like, I'm buying two photos. Oh, cool. What are we doing? You know? And I think I took them down. Yeah, but even like, or like, look at this. Here, I'll tell you this. Adam Green. This guy, everybody knows about Friday the 13th, Jason Voorhees, and Kane Hodder played Jason the most, I think 4 times, maybe 5 times. So it's Kane Hodder, knows Jason, but there's also CJ Graham and Ken, I don't know his last name, sorry. I don't want to throw another name out that I'm thinking. But anyways, you have those. But Kane Hodder went and made another series called Hatchet with Aaron Green, I'm sorry, Adam Green, who's this guy right here. And he made a whole series. He made 4 movies. And he has a fan base, and people love his movies. And I do. I like all his movies. I binge watch all Hatchet. They're extreme horror movies, man. These are like really gut wrenching, but they're great. They're well made. When I'm meeting him and talking to him, I see the cowboy hat. I'm dressed basically as Mitch because I don't have the confidence really to do it, and I'm learning, so I'm getting there. So learning that, like Adam, talking to him and his movie, and all he already knows, like he already knows where I'm at, and so he's like, just keep making movies, bro. Just keep doing what you're doing, whatever you're doing. Keep making them, keep making them, keep making. We need to make movies. We need to make horror movies. We need to make, like, he just starts saying comedies. We just need to keep going. And I was like, you know what? I like that. And when you meet him, but he was cheap. Dude, he'll, if the convention didn't make him charge, he's one of those guys that'll do it for free. So you find people like that. You find people that are professionals. You find people that are in the business. I wouldn't have known that without doing this. But also, you want to make sure they're constantly staying. If they go hard right or left and they go far away, start doing stuff, and you don't want to follow them anymore, fine. That's by all means. But what they're doing now and something, or also like, have you ever noticed a lot of photos I take? They're going to be older people because I appreciate them when I was younger and I spent a lot of time alone. I watch movies a lot, so it's like, oh, cool, this is what I want to do, and the more I can talk about it, and the more I bring it to life, the more they'll talk about it with me too. I've gotten to the point where I'm like, I have personal contacts for celebrities that I can put in my movies, but if I'm not writing it, how the hell am I going to put them in there? I got the 3 people I wanted, and I got actually the 3 people for a movie, and I'm like, it's all independent, and they're like, we don't care, we'll make, like, individually. I'm like, oh my god. So this is why this is important to me, because my time, that window is already closing, and I don't want to start all over. But this is why I'm tracking this, and that's why when we start doing it next month, when I start doing it for the second part of week 8, because we're doing 90 days straight of streaming, but we're also doing 3 8-week challenges, if anything, or at least another 8-week challenge for sure. We're focusing on that, but we're gonna do it, like I said, different. We're gonna categorize everything, and this is how you start off. If I can keep doing this, yeah, am I keep having the same show? I don't want the same show. I'm literally need to go and figure out how to get subs, and I want to bring it back. This is what we're gonna do. This is how we get more subs. This is how we get this. Do I need to be doing TikTok now? What are we doing? What are we doing to get people to the store? Because it's all advertising, it's all marketing. This is the main thing. But to get back to it, like, yeah, it sucks. It sounds kind of funny that we're paid and whatnot, but that's just their time, man. Like, imagine we do this for 365. I stream, and then for some reason it hits. I'm pretty sure there's people that have longer streaks than this. I'm pretty sure, but somewhere, and I just ended at 365, right? That's it. 1 year streaming, and then 10 years pass, and people want to know longevity or how I do it. That's my experience. That's advice. That's my time. And I put it when I was younger. So these are just seeds you plant. I'm going at the extreme right here and just letting everybody know exactly who I am and where I'm coming from, because I'm literally trying to get a job in real life as well. So if somebody watches it and see like, oh, I don't even care what you've talking about, I'll just give you a job for that. Or if somebody's like, I could work with this guy, let me see more about him, let's see where he's going. Because like I said, I'm upgrading every day. We're moving closer to something. We're everything around me is changing too. I got to tell you, my house is looking nicer. Like my things, I'm like, I want things to look nicer. If I want to be an image consultant at the very end of everything, I have to have a good image. I was just like, it's easy. Look, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off. And now I'm like, oh, we gotta keep it on. Okay, it's exhausting, but okay. Even like yesterday when we were at the PTA meeting, like being around different personalities, like I didn't know I was different. I'm not saying I'm sticking out. I'm just kind of like, whatever. I don't care enough to be like, look at me, I need attention. I'm more like, when it comes to like conversation and talk and what we're bringing about, I gotta like resort it to movies. I can't really just like, what are you talking about? Like The Shining, like that kind of isolation. Oh no, I just felt alone, like just because you were alone. Oh, you were alone. Oh, you're asleep. It's like I'm like, okay, but yeah, it does seem kind of, but you gotta everything you do, every money you spend, every dollar you spend, every second you spend on something, if you give it a purpose, you'll get something back from it. So like a lot of people, like I said, I've told the story about my cousin. I had the opportunity to meet Bruce Campbell for $30, and he said, "Nah, Bruce Campbell, I'm gonna give him none of my money." And I'm like, dude, I'd probably given Bruce Campbell a couple $100, and I've gotten back from it. I've gotten time back. I've gotten, I have a book. I have my. I got to show you the photos I have with him. Like I've manifested that. I went from, and this is what I've done too. Like this is what I'm saying. I'm learning to manifest. Like I started off here. This is where I started. Just when I did a meet and greet. It's on my YouTube right now. And then I met him in real life. Like I have 2 photos with him where I'm collecting this journey story I'm doing. And I'm having fun. I didn't think about it till like I was doing it. I was like, what the hell am I? I can actually connect all this stuff. I can show you where I'm at. I can show you what I've been doing. I can show you where, because it's like this my story now. So we're going back and reflecting. And remember, I keep talking about Mitch because I'm in this movie that's going to come out in September. It's a short, but I really would like to start getting this movie going to make a feature. Because we can make this into a feature. I'd like to go fund it because we have a whole crew, a whole cast of actors, and I'm like, let's just just tell me if I show up with a script, and because we have a production company. Well, they have a production company in Kansas City. Let's nickel and dime it. Let's see what's the bare minimum we need. Let's put all the money in effects. Put all the money in room and boarding for 2 weeks of staying on set for everybody. Like, let's just put it in this thing, and then that way it'll come to life, and we make it. And that way I'll just be more like a producer / actor on it, and not like the film guy like that. Robbie would do that, Robbie Lopez. But I not only talk about it, I got a show we can do about it. So, well, actually show you, but actually have a show we can do about it. But I want to do stuff like that so we can talk about that and make that movie, because I love the Critters franchise. Like that's an easy pill to swallow to get into like sci-fi horror movies, because they're it's like a comedy kind of funny little furballs with teeth. Aliens are smart. They fly. I gotta go though. It's already 9:18. I gotta be on the road in 20-30 minutes. I gotta spend time with the kiddo in that time, and then I gotta, and then I gotta go. We gotta go do another podcast. So yeah, we're moving, and then I gotta go get this thing signed soon because I'm taking that with me next time I go to Jersey. We gotta start planning for that. And so when I go to Jersey, we can talk about. I'm gonna get this thing's gonna get la firmas. We're gonna get all the signatures for that one. That's my next. Now I'm going on adventures, so we'll be able to go. We'll be able to level this guy up. At the same time, we'll be able to go here and bring stuff here to talk about. This is where I'm getting also like comedy life experience, because real life is boring and it's kind of ugly and stuff. I don't want to like bring a lot of like real life elements. Let's have fun with it. Let's do like what they do on YouTube. Peace, homie. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, we'll start. I'm just kind of reflecting right now. We're just kind of going by it, but I do gotta gig. I would like to put more time into what I need to do. That way I can just take off, set up, leave, come back, hang out with my kid, fix the house more, like just doing the little things, because as I noticed, I have been putting a lot of time into this. There is a trail here, and it doesn't have as much value as it's gonna have, but we keep building that stardust off. I have a quote. Let me say it. It's on my Instagram, and we'll leave with that because I can't remember it. I don't want to say it perfect. Man, it's funny. I like all the stuff my friends send me on Instagram where people are making fun of the childhood. Okay, let's see. I have it here, and I know it's from a long time ago because it was from before I even had. It was when we were in the studio, and I was just a little corner there. Let's see. It should be on my IG. It's kind of cool. That's what I'm saying. I got the idea from this because it's showing me, because I like at 2020, because I wasn't big on Instagram. I was like, whatever. It's like whatever. It's just photos, and I'm in school all the time. I'm not doing anything fun. I'm not doing anything cool. Look, here's a photo from 2021, July 15, 2021. I'm digging the accidental lighting setup. Just knock your light over and it'll work. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. If it ain't fixed, it ain't broken. But it's basically called, if you do something enough, you'll have a little. And with that little, you can grow. Hold on, I'm getting close to it. Where you at? There's my garden. Yeah, so I started noticing with the photos and everything. Started posting more. I'm like, oh, I got to go back and see what I've been up to, what I'm doing. I actually haven't gone back in my Instagram in a minute. Maybe I don't know where that quote's at. Maybe it's on my Facebook. I don't know. Here it is. Dang, this is from wow. Actually, this is from 2015. This is 9 years ago. October 5th, 2015. Or I guess 8. Well, yeah, 9 years ago. If you just do a little bit every day, one day you'll have a lot of a little, and that will be enough for you to make magic happen. CJ 10/5/15. So I stamped it there. This is why I knew I wanted to do this. Now, this is younger me. So what it was like, so it was like, I guess like almost like 29, 30-year-old me. Oh, no, this is 2015. This is 31-year-old me. But it's true. Like, if you do just a little bit every day, one day you will have a lot of a little, and that will be enough for you to make magic happen. So we have a little bit. We know we can carve out, because even though I was looking at this, on 30 days, if we did 30 days as at an hour, or 29, that's 30 hours. And you get to 40, that's a 40-hour work week just divided into 1 hour a day for 40 days. So it's like what, so all you have to do is go back and look at these videos and take 8 of them, and that's an 8-hour work day. So whatever I talked about for that 8 hours, that's day 1. Go back and do the next one for 8. That's 16. That's day 2, or that's like, that you have enough to do 5 days, and we can have material. That's what I was trying to get to. So if you ever need, like, I don't get stuck with ideas. I don't have writer's block. I'm finding out I have something else. I have maybe emotional writers, or emo writing, or whatever, because certain things I can't talk about, I'll write about it and it'll just be hate or anger, or I'm like, someone will upset me, or something from a long time ago, and I'll bring it back, and I'm like, all right, I got to get past this. I got to get through that, because I can think of ideas all day. We can plant seeds all day. I do not have an issue with that. I made sure, because I did when I graduated in 2017, but right before I graduated, one of my mentors, Stephen Fishman, he said they had to I had to learn this class called the design concepts, because people were going to the program, but they wanted people to bring out new ideas and new things. And he says that's a hard thing. We can teach you how to do the job, but to learn new things is the thing we can't teach you. So I emphasized on that. So I focused on making sure I can create. So I don't have an issue creating things, but I want it to be worth it in content. So that's my thing. So it's like, let's not try to just say we can just create $5, $2 patties or whatever. Let's make gourmet stuff, right? But we can. The one thing I learned in school too was you go back and revisit an idea and just groom it and grow it, and it'll blossom. Just spend time with it, and that's what we're doing with this show. I mean, I've literally cleaned it up where I can do it in under 5 minutes, get it going. And we can. I shouldn't, I could be projecting, but we'll figure it out. I gotta go. I gotta get on the road. Gotta go pick on the little guy for a little bit. I gotta go, and then I'm only gonna be gone for like 2 hours or whatever. So it's only gonna go to the podcast, come back, and get back to cleaning and editing. But it is motivating me, and then we only have Saturday. The first is on Saturday. I at least want to show up with something. You can't show up with nothing. You can't just show up and be like, "Hey, everybody, this is my idea. Thank you for coming. Any questions? I don't have answers." No, we're gonna get people to do things. Plus, I also got back from Vinny, from the View Askew Historian, so we have more content to talk about. So I prefer to. Because once we start the store on Saturday, it's open. It's not like, oh, you did it for a day, it's an event. No, it's Sunday. We're gonna figure out a schedule, and because it's got to be open 7 days a week. But I don't have to work it 7 days a week. We have to make it look like it's like that 7 days a week. If I work everything out in one day and we're gonna have 7 days of content, yeah, I already uploaded everything to YouTube for the first one. I mean, not YouTube, to the Google Drive. So it's up to Ty. But I think because we're gonna do the podcast, and then we're gonna talk about it. We usually do a meeting after the podcast, or do we hang? Yeah, you'll be on YouTube, for sure. I don't have Spotify, but I'm gonna do it, and that's another thing. I've been holding back on Spotify, because once I get the Spotify account, I'm gonna want a My Manic Movies home video store podcast on it, and that's gonna open up a whole nothing. But Ty said, I think we're gonna focus on YouTube first. So we'll be doing like you'll get the full video, and then we'll do clips, and then I look at these as seeds as well for not just us, but for the interviewer, so we can see where they're going. But yeah, we'll have the link. It'll be YouTube. But yeah, once I get all that, I'm letting Ty, not letting, but like what Ty and I are doing is like I have to do this part, and then I gotta let him do that part, and then he does. He's good. He's good. We're good at communicating. We work well together. So I'm just gonna keep going with it. Man, that well, I keep saying leaving at this, but that podcast is got me. That podcast plus this show plus now the people showing up constantly like JR and Kevin and Brian shows up at night now at My Manic Mondays, but it's getting everything going. You're catching me at this like not perfect storm, but just at this intersection where I've had enough bullshit, where I've had enough, and I'm like my current job is just it's that suppressed, it's that so you're watching I don't know if it's a big gem, but you're watching the gem being made. So we're gonna see what we can do with this, and we're gonna turn it into currency and go forward. But Dungeons and Dragons, just think Dungeons and Dragons. That's what we're doing. And I don't even play. I just like to watch people play. That's something that we can get into. But I gotta go already. It's already getting late. I was saying 9:30 the latest. It's 9:27. So let me give me a couple more minutes early. But if anything, anybody else has any questions about doing a challenge, and that's when I'm gonna have. I need to kind of do that video kind of thing today and tomorrow, just to kind of help out. I'll put some videos maybe, but I don't know if anybody's that curious. We'll see. But all right, later, everybody. I gotta go.